Hey guys, 8-Foot Gamer here. Today I'm going to tell you how to set up your very own Minecraft randomizer. Out there, I'm sure you've seen some other videos by other YouTubers, such as Dream or Mr. Beast, that have gone through and played Minecraft with all the drops, all the loot, everything being randomized. And I'm going to go through kind of the setup on how to create your own randomizer, as well as how to go into the data that you need to for generating your own interesting data packs if you want to. I'll be going through the setup, the generation of, and how to load your own randomized loot tables. So if you enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like down below and subscribe for more content like this. It's free and you can always unsubscribe later. But for now, let's check out how to make a randomizer. A quick warning before we start though, this is for Minecraft Java Edition. The process is a little different for creating resource packs in Bedrock. To begin, you're going to need to have the following things: Minecraft, kind of obvious, 7-zip or WinZip, something that can unpack jar files, and Python, or another programming tool for creating the randomizer. We're going to be using Python for this one though. If you need any of these things, pause the video right now and go get what you need to. There are some links in the description, so I'll wait. You got it? I'm seriously waiting. So, you good? Great. First off, we need to locate the files that are specific to the Minecraft loot tables that are needed for the version that we're playing. Each version of Minecraft has different loot tables, and I'll show you how to get those. First, we're going to go into File Explorer and type in %appdata% and then /.minecraft. Now, then after we open this folder, we're going to click on versions, and we're going to find the version that we want to randomize. For this video, we'll be looking at 1.16.1, but it should work for most versions. Go ahead and copy that jar file for your specific version from the folder to the location that best suits you. I'm going to be using the desktop here. Next, we're going to extract the jar file using 7-zip, or again, whatever compression tool you have that works for your jar file. After we extract the file, we're going to look inside that new folder and you'll find all sorts of goodies, but we're going to save those for another day. Let's start off with Data Minecraft Loot Tables. We're going to go ahead and copy this folder, or at least keep track of its location. We're going to need that in a minute. Now, we're going to do a bit of coding, or if you're lazy, you can look in the description for a link to Seth Bling's randomizer. So Seth Bling's randomizer uses a lot of the same steps here, and that's what first inspired me to create my own randomizer. We're going to create a file in the same location that our loot table folder is stored in. See why it's important to keep track of it? Open up idle if you're using Python. Now we're going to start a new file and import a few libraries here at the beginning. Each of these libraries will be used for accessing the loot tables for each item, enemy, block, chest, and then storing them into the correct file setup that we're interested in. Now, we're going to specify the file where we want to store our finished loot tables. So we're going to call it datapack equals randomized loot, and we'll do a file name which is going to be the same datapack title that we created earlier, but with a .zip at the end. And we'll add a description here, and I'm just going to call it Loot Table Randomizer for Minecraft. Now, let's set up some of the variables that we can be using throughout this process. We'll first do an input file array. This is going to contain the loot table files for everything that we're needing. We're also going to create a remaining files one that's going to be the exact same thing, but we're going to be deleting each file name as we go, and using up existing loot tables, so that way we don't duplicate things. And finally, we're going to have a file directory system. This is going to be a structure for the randomized loot table files once we're done. Next, we're going to identify where all of the JSON files are located and store them into our list. So we're going to start off creating a for loop that will walk the program through all directories and file names in our loot tables folder. So that's what we're typing in here, loot tables. That's our folder name. Next, we're going to be looking for the name of each file identified in each folder. And then we're going to add that name to each of our input lists and our remaining list. Next, we're going to make a loop through all of those files in our input files list and replace the contents of our files with those from some random file. We'll store those into our new directory. So start off for file in input files, and then we're going to create a random number based on 0 to the number of files that are remaining in our list, and we're going to store its contents into the file directory structure with the input files identification. And then we're going to delete that file from our remaining list so we don't reuse that loot table. Finally, we have to write a new directory of files into a zip file. This zip file can be read by Minecraft as a resource pack. So we'll do data is equal to IO bytes IO. If you don't know what that means, all we're doing is setting up some sort of input-output file system. And there's a bunch more code here that may not make sense if you're not used to seeing it. But what we're doing here, we're going to say zip data is equal to zip file dot zip file, which is just a function, with our data being the output location that we're going to write to. That's what the W is for. And then zip file dot zip deflated comma false. Those things, don't worry about those for right now. Now we're going to restart our index because we want to print each file index as we go to make sure that we keep track of all of the numbers. And we'll see that when we run it. So we're going to print that number in our new loop here, which is taking all of our files from our temporary file directory and storing them into the zip folder. We're going to print that number. We're then going to increase our current index, and then we will open the new file with some specific encoding. It might be different if you run on a different system other than Windows. This is what I needed to use, so hopefully it works for you. And we're going to open that file as a new file, read its contents, and store it into this contents variable here. Then we're going to do zip.writeString os.path.join, and this is kind of setting up the directory in a Minecraft structure that is used in data packs. So don't get too hung up on things. So we're just going to say data /Minecraft/ and then we're going to write the file contents under the new file's name. This line and the next few lines are used in creating the folder structure in the zip file that are expected by the Minecraft resource packs. And finally, zip.close. And that should close up the file, get it all ready to go. So, final steps here. With open data pack file name, and then we're doing a write by byte as file.write zipdata.getValue, and then we're going to print when it's all done and we've been able to successfully open it, print created data pack, and that's it. So that's basically it. You can do some other customization if you want. You could modify this code to make it so you are just randomizing loot that mobs drop, or you could specialize certain block types, but I'll leave that to you. There's just a few steps left in completing this randomizer. Now, what we need to do is we need to run the randomizer script that we just created on the version data folder that we collected earlier. It'll take a few seconds here to run as it's going through each of the files. And that's what that index is telling us. Once we've completed, it'll say create a data pack, and after that, we just need to import that into the world we want to randomize. To do this, we need to have a Minecraft world. It could be a brand new world, or it could be one that we've had before. Once the world is generated, if you're creating a brand new world, open the same folder location that we checked earlier. So we're going to go to appdata.minecraft and then saves in this case. Or in the world selection screen in Minecraft, click on edit, then open world folder. So now we're going to select the world that we want, open the data packs folder in there, and in the saves, and paste the zip file that we created into here. Now, open back up that Minecraft world. If you have cheats enabled, you can type /reload, or you can just press F3 and T at the same time. What this does is it reloads all our data packs that we have enabled and any resource packs that are specified for here. If all is formatted correctly, then it should be enabled by default. If you have cheats enabled, you can verify that the data pack is loaded by typing /datapacklist_enabled and see if it shows up. Now, get to mining and crafting. I mean, that's the point of the game, right? Everything should now be completely randomized. Hope you enjoy it. If you want to see some gameplay with a randomizer running in the Nether update, check out this video here. Comment down below if you have any other suggestions or questions for about another data pack creation video. And if you enjoyed, remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. That's it for now. Until next time, ciao!